Magandang kamalayan sa inyong lahat at nandito na naman tayo sa ating classroom o sa ating eskwelahan na tinatawag natin Online Kamalayan Lifelong Learning Center at we hold classes here. We call it a class, KLASS, or kung tawagin natin ay Kamalayan Learning Alternative Success System. At ako po ang inyong guro, ang inyong teacher, Tato Malay, at makakasama ninyo ako sa loob ng isang oras o higit pa. Depende sa mapag-uusapan natin ngayon. At sa araw na ito, sa klase na ito, ay we will now have our subject called Transformative Communication, where we will discuss something very important for us to know or to learn about. Why? Because this has something to do with what is happening with our life right now in this pandemic. I would say period that we're now living in, or for that matter, in this big change or shift in consciousness, or the Great Awakening, kung tawagin ng iba. So, maraming tawag dito sa nangyayari ngayon. We avoid calling it by its, I would say, in negative, we don't want to promote actually well, of course, I have to mention it, the virus. But then again, media had already overplayed its part in terms of promoting the virus to more into its existence. No? Hindi na wala, mas dumami pa. Why? Because the more you talk about it, the more actually it remains in our lives or in our consciousness. Kaya kapag isang bagay ay gusto mong mawala sa buhay mo, huwag mong pag-isipan, huwag mong ilagay sa kamalayan mo. You're not denying it. We're not we're not saying that it doesn't exist. But we don't dwell on it. Alright. Marami na kasi napag-usapan dyan eh. And mas gusto na natin pag-usapan ang mga bagay na may kinalaman sa ikauunlad natin while this is going on. Okay? But marami sa atin hindi alam kung anong gagawin. Sa totoo lang, eto na yung simula ng panibagong buhay natin. Marami na tayong ginawa in the past na tapos na. Huwag na natin balikan yan. Hindi na pwedeng ibalik ang patay, sabi nga, or yung mga naghihingalo. Tayo ay nandito ngayon sa isang panibagong kinalalagyan na kung saan ay pwede na tayo magsimula muli, mag-reboot, mag-restart. And this is what we are now going to talk about in terms of how we are able now to really go beyond what is going on. And we have to now teach ourselves with new things, with new concepts. So, ang topic natin ngayon is self-education. This is the in thing ngayon. What I mean by in thing is there's no choice. We cannot get it from school anymore. The school is still closed. But we need to educate ourselves with a lot of things because kung hindi tayo mag-aaral ngayon ng mga panibagong konsepto sa buhay, wala tayong patutunguhan because what we are now thinking of, all we have in our consciousness, this is where we were led to. Ito na yung kinalalagyan natin. Ito na yung kung saan tayo nandito ngayon. Alright, so tapos na lahat yan. Yung mga pag-iisip natin, ito lang ang nahantungan natin ngayon. You want to reach to a higher level. You want to get out of this predicament. You want to now move on to better things. You have to learn new things. You have to change yourselves. We have to change ourselves. Ito ang aking pakay dito. Kung bakit ako nagkakaroon ng mga ganitong klaseng discussions or klase or talks. Because I want people now to learn what it takes now to be able to move on to another level. Hindi na pwede yung mga dati nyong napag-aralan. Tapos na yan. Hanggang dyan na lang kayo. Ito na yung nahantungan nyo. Tapos na. I mean, hanggang dyan lang ang naidulot niyan. Which is okay. I mean, may purpose naman yan. Hanggang ngayon, buhay kayo. Kung masaganang buhay nyo, salamat at nakatulong na pag-aralan nyo. Pero hanggang dito na lang. Ang aking gustong maiparating sa inyo ay meron mga kailangan bago kayo matutunan para maka-ahon or maka-move on or makapunta sa isang magandang kinalalagyan. Before I talk about lengthily on this, I'd like to say hi first to some people who are now watching here. At tayo ay, sabi nga, ay bukas ang ating eskwelahan para sa lahat, bata, matanda, middle age, teenager. Tayo ay nagkakaroon ng, I would say, mga bagay-bagay na binibigay na kaalaman para sa lahat ng klaseng tao, lahat ng edad, lahat ng anong tawag dito, level of thinking, lahat ng, wala tayong discrimination dito, kung saan kayo man ng mundo, kung ano man kayo, except that, yun na nga, pasensya na lang kayo because mostly I am talking in Tagalog. So, yan lang aking magiging limitasyon lang dito sa aking talk because I want to address, gusto kong mas mabigyan ng importansya ang aking mga kababayan na kung saan ay gusto ko silang tulungan, no? Bago ang iba. Of course, open ako sa lahat. But then again, yun na nga I would sacrifice kasi some things. If I talk in English, many of my countrymen, my brother Filipinos, will not appreciate much of my talk. Mas gusto nila yung wikang pambansa. Yun na nga, mag-Pilipino ako, mag-Tagalog, yung mga iba, mga Ilocano, mga Bisaya, mga ibang mga dialect, gusto nila sa kanilang dialect. Kaya lang, as I have said, I'm limited to just Filipino or Filipino. So, with that, I would like first to greet some people. I'd like to say hi to Lolita Villanueva Gibon. Teacher Rack. Ito, teacher. Naku, magandang pag-usapan yan. Magandang makinig ka rito sa pag-uusapan natin yan. Mark Alan Munsayak. Munsayak. Okay. Alright. Ronald Vincent Calderon is watching. Christine Dayan Rivera is watching from London. Ayan. Dati kong kaibigan ito na estudyante ko. Actually, sa Kamalayan ito. Sa Baguio City. She used to be a student of St. Louis University. St. Louis. Ano pa talagang tawag na? St. Louis na, hindi ba? May S. Kasi karamihan ang tawag nila St. Louis. Pero ang balita ko, it's more of St. Louis University. SLU, rather. Okay. Ramil Vela. Okay. It's watching. Mike Pedero. Si Mike, my colleague in the business, music industry and in the broadcast industry. And as a matter of fact, my former co-teacher in Assumption College. Joric Templanuevo is watching. Malu Martija Perez. Malu. Si Malu. Finally, Malu. Naka-join ka rito, ha? Sunny Azores from Bicol. Yan. Alright, si Malu ay aking nakasama sa Channel 7 noon. Ay, mandami kami mga pinagsabahang mga experiences na talaga nakakatuwa dahil basically we grew because of the lessons we learned. So, marami kami mga paghihirap na dinadaanan noon during that time. So, as a start now, I'd like now to, well, of course, talk about this particular topic that I am now proposing to everyone. Actually, I put up a school online. Ito, nandito ngayon. You can find it here in Facebook, in YouTube, in Patreon rather pala. Itong aking mga talks, nandoon yan, nakasave yan sa ano no sa dito sa wall ko pa nga, sa Facebook at sa Patreon. Now the thing here is, ano itong school na ito? This is a new kind of a school. This had been my advocacy for the things that I teach in this school to be taught sana in the academy or in the regular schools. Kaya lang ayaw nila dahil it cannot be measured daw. Ano what cannot be measured? Yun ang kanila sagot sa akin you talk about consciousness, it cannot be measured. Sabi ko, what can be measured? Sabi niya, well, you talk about things that will make people be able to earn money from, that can be measured. Siyempre ka naman, mami-measure mo nga naman ang pera. Mabibilang mo ang pera. Pero sa akin kasi, ano ba ang mini-measure? Ano ba ang aking ino-offer? It's more of values, basically. What actually you can become. Your worth. After learning Kamalayan, what would become of you? And money will just eventually be attracted to you, or would just would just flow towards you. You'll be a magnet for money once you actually are able now to learn the principles and the universal laws that I teach in Kamalayan. So yan ang importante na ako. But before that, sabi ko nga, itong online Kamalayan Learning Center ko, it's a school wherein wala itong grades, wala itong year level, wala itong exam. The only exam here is for you to be able to test the lessons I impart. The lessons that I share or teach, ang magiging punot dulo niyan kung naging successful kayo sa pag-aaral nyo sa Kamalayan is nagka-epekto ba yan sa buhay nyo? Nakatulong ba in terms of what happened to your life? Alright. Many of those stories that we have heard, like for example, ako na lang, I will cite to you some success stories na katulad nung dati, ang nangyayari noon, maraming mayayaman na mayaman ngayon pa rin dahil sa minana nila yung pera or kayamanan nila o yung inheritance nila. Yun ang mga old rich. Karamihan sa mga mayayaman, naging mayaman lang sila uli ngayon. Up to now, mayaman pa rin sila dahil may merong minana sila. Yung pera ng pamilya, yung mga older generations na transfer sa kanila ngayon. So, sila yung mga mayayaman ngayon. Marami tayo nakikita niyan. Hindi ko nababanggitin. Pero meron din ang mga wala naman dati. Zero. And these are people who were really very young up to now, na kung saan ay parang magtataka ka dahil hindi sila nakatapos or kung minsan ay mga dropout sila. Hindi nila natapos yung pinag-aaralan nila. Pero ito ngayon ng mga billionaires, mga American billionaires, mga young billionaires that we are now looking at. I'm talking of Mark Zuckerberg, of Facebook. Sino ba si Mark? Dati lang yung estudyante. As a matter of fact, hindi pa nga siya as a very outstanding student. Of course, Harvard siya yata. No? Pero, ang naging success story was not because of his schooling, but because of his curiosity. Na gusto lang niya magkaroon ng mga maging date kasi nga may pagka-nerd siya, hindi siya nakaka-date ng mga magagandang mga chicks. Sabi niya, mag-form kaya ako ng parang dating app sa computer. No? Yun naman ang umpisa niya ng Facebook para lang makakilala siya ng mga chicks. And then eventually, na-develop niya ng gusto and it became now a multi-billion business for him. So yan, mga ganyan nangyayari ngayon. Another one who's very young, who is also one I think of, if he's not the richest man in the world now, maybe one of the richest pa rin, si Jeff Bezos of Amazon. Ano ba si Jeff Bezos? Basically, he just tried to sell things online. He put up a market na kung saan ay ang mga binibenta niya ay mabibili mo through the internet and madideliver sa bahay mo. So yun lang ang concept niya. So yun yung naging story of success. Sino pa? Si Jack Ma, the Chinese businessman who made good in terms of the internet business as well. Ayun, he tried to actually get into schools na ayaw siya tanggapin. And so, wala siya magawa. Kung hindi, gawin na lang niya itong naiisip niya na kung paano siya kikita ng pera. And he discovered that the internet was so powerful. Sa China, mukhang hindi pa masyadong nagagamit yung concept of that internet thing. And so he developed it. So yan ang mga bagong mayayaman ngayon. So kung iisa-isahin natin yan, nakita na nga natin na they were poor before. They were just ordinary people. They were not exemplary. They were just ordinary guys like you and me. Now the thing here is, eto ngayon, okay, sabi mo, kasi naman, ang ganda sa ng buhay nila noon. Walang pandemic, walang problema ganito. Sabi ko nga, ano ba ang kailangan nating isipin? Etong nangyayari ngayon, itong pandemic, sa atin lahat nangyayari ngayon to, sabay-sabay tayo. Hindi ito nangyayari lang sa may hirap. Hindi ito nangyayari lamang sa mga mayayaman. Sa lahat ng klase ng tao, nangyayari ngayon itong problemang ito. So, anong gagawin natin ngayon? Dito lang nga natin dapat iniisip, no? Ang mga bagong prinsipyo that we have to learn. And these are things that were never really taught much in schools. Dito sa Kamalayan, tinuturo ko ito, yung mga principles. And so, this is where I get to discuss all these things, no? Kaya, ang sabi nga, katulad nung sinasabi ngo ng iba, it's not what happens, but what do you do to what is happening now? Katulad ngayon, ito, ang pandemic is what is happening. So, anong gagawin natin? We'll just resign and not move and not do anything. And this is the best time now to do something different. At ito na nga ang kwan eh. Sabi ko nga, alright, dati, ang advice palagi, mag-aral ka mabuti para maka-graduate ka, pag nakakuha ka ng diploma, maka-apply ka ng magandang trabaho. Pag naka-apply ka ng trabaho, magkakaroon ka ng pagkakataong kumita ng pera. So, if you work hard, you will earn a lot of money. Yun, listen to that. Work hard. If you work harder, you will earn better. Yun ang konsepto nun. Work hard, work hard. Ngayon, mag-work hard ka ngayon. Sabihin ko kung saan ka pupunta. Wala. Kasi wala lang ang bukas sa trabaho. Walang gagawin. Okay. Advice ko ngayon sa inyo. Eto, makinig na lang muna kayo sa akin. Importante itong klase na ito ngayon. Because something really will change in your life after this. After today. Mind you, hindi ako nangangako na gaganda talaga buhay nyo or uunlad ka agad. As a matter of fact, ayun na nga, all I could do is maybe just plant a seed. Tatanim ko lang ang isang binhi o buto or whatever that will grow in you. I've worked with a lot of people I've helped or worked, who had become successful in the past. No, I had worked with superstars. And I met most of them when they were not stars then. Karamihan sa mga nakilala kong mga stars ngayon, I met them when they were nobody. And hindi ko masasabi ako lang ang nakatulong sa kanila. We worked as a team, as a company. But I was one of those who had been given the chance to be part of their success. Like sila Rico J. Puno noon. Sila Rico Puno, kakanta-kanta na yan kung saan-saan. I mean, magaling siya, pero hindi pa siya sikat noon. He would even come to my house. No? There was one instance, dito pa kumain sa akin ng lunch because we were going to, I booked him for a show. Na kung saan wala kami sasakyan pa noon. Nag-taxi lang kami. Papunta sa United Nations kasi sa Phil Am Life Auditorium of Performance. So, lalakad lang kami sa sidewalk na yan. Those were the days. And then, basically, ano nangyari kay Rico J? Unti-unti, sumikat, hanggang mamaya, I would not say overnight. Kasi, I've seen them, no? I've seen them from zero, from nobody, although they were there already doing what they were doing. They were singers already, pero talagang wala. Until, bigla na lang, nafe-feel na namin na may nangyayari sa buhay nila, sa career nila. And somehow, ito na mamaya, nakikita ko nagbabago ng style na ng pagdamit, marami na silang pera. Abay, mamaya, dati na, katulad si Rico, dati, pag pupunta yan sa isang TV show, paglabas na, pag-uwi, sasabihin sa akin, Tato, sumama mo naman ako sa gate, mag-aabang na ako ng taxi. Ayun. Ganon, no? Ganon lang buhay niya noon. So, sabayan ko siya para naman meron siyang kausap habang nag-aabang. So, ilang beses yung ganon. Hanggang mamaya, ito na, nasa Malacanang kami. Sikat na siya. May party, binigay nung presidente, si Marcos noon, at saka si Imelda. Doon, pag nag-party yan, ang uwian ng party niya, madaling araw. And so, nung dumating na yung uwian, sabi sa akin ni Rico, pare, samahan mo ko sa labas, parking. Sa labas, sa parking lot. Hindi na kukuha ng taxi. Kasi, mayaman na siya. May ano na siya. May pera na siya. Sikat na siya. Saan ko siya sinamahan? Sa parking lot. Para pumunta sa kanyang kotse. Ano ang kotse niya? Brand new Mercedes-Benz during that time. A brand new Mercedes-Benz. Imagine, 77 siguro, 1978. Brand new Mercedes-Benz during that time. A white, brand new Mercedes-Benz. Talagang, wow, mahal. But he had that already. Ngayon, ewan ko kung ang kotse niya ay Jaguar or whatever, yung bago siya namatay. And anyway, so, yun ang mga pagbabago na nakita ko sa kanila. Dahil, siguro, yun na nga, meron akong naging parte sa kanilang pag-asenso. Dahil pag nakasama ko isang tao naman, I always share about consciousness, about kapangyarihan. Kahit ang hindi nila feel, hindi nila talagang siniseryoso. Pero at least, I was able to plant something. And somehow siguro, that helped in a way. Hindi ko naman sinasabi ako yun, or yung kwan. Pero, marami yan. Sila Freddy Aguilar, nakita ko rin yan. Umpisa, wala rin talaga yan. Sa akin lang nga, sumasakay ng kotse yan. Wala siyang kotse noon. Saan kami pupunta. So talagang nakita ko yung buhay nila noon. So ito ang mga sasabihin kong, hindi ko naman sinasabihin na because of what I told them or shared with them. But kasama na yun. Kasi ang trabaho ko talaga was to make them stars. No? As a matter of fact, ang problema nga talaga dyan was I couldn't do it for them. They have to do it for themselves. Kaya I cannot claim na ako ang nagpasikat sa kanila. Sila ang nagpasikat sa kanila. Kasi dito sa Kamalayan, I cannot do it for you. I can teach you, I can plant the seed for you. Ikaw ang gagawa. Ikaw ang magbabago sa sarili mo. Hindi ito madali. Pero kailangan malaman mo yung mga prinsipyo. Pag hindi mo nalaman yung prinsipyo, wala mangyayari sa buhay mo. And this is the best time now to learn the principles that I can share with you. So, for now, eto na yung umpisahan natin. So, ano ang kwan? So, ito lang nga. Work hard ang nagiging kwan dati. Pero, Sa akin, during that time when I met itong mga stars na ito, they were not anymore working hard. Why? Because they liked what they were doing. They were just playing. Di ba? It's just like, pag kumakanta ka, tatrabaho ka ba? Pag kumakanta ka, enjoy ka lang, di ba? Yun eh. Pag naglalaro ka ng basketball, nagtatrabaho ka ba? Yung mga superstars ng basketball, sikat na sikat, ang lalaki ng pera, ang lalaki ng kinikita. Nagtatrabaho ba yan? No. They actually were just playing, di ba? Pero again, yung work hard, noon, pag sinabi work hard, may pupuntahan ka. But they were working because of what the job wanted them to do for, yun na nga, yung what it entailed. You work hard because for the job. Yun yung ang konsepto ng buhay noon. Sa akin, you don't work hard for the job. Sa Kamalayan, you work hard on yourself. On yourself. Sa sarili mo. Diyan ka magsimula. Work hard on yourself. So, anong ibig sabihin ng work hard on yourself? Well, you have to learn. You have to educate yourself with new things. You cannot just, live your life the way you are living it. Kasi, yung buhay mo ngayon, lahat na natutunan mo, hanggang dyan ka lang. Eto ngayon, kinalalagyan mo, pandemic. Yan, dyan ka umabot sa pandemic. O gusto mo makaligpas dito sa pandemic problem na ito. Gusto mong umahon. Okay, merong paraan. Na hindi magagawa ng iba. Pero kung ikaw magagawa mo. Kasi gagawin mo ito sinasabi ko. So, work hard on yourself. Educate yourself. Dito ko ini-insist ngayon na self-education. Because nobody will do it for you. Hindi ka pwedeng sabihin na, pwede ba pag ikaw na mag-aral para sa akin? Walang ganun eh. You will now have to study. Kung ang eskwelahan, nalusutan mo, katulad ko, nalusutan ko ang grades. Kasi nga, madaming paraan eh. Pwede kang mangopya. Katulad ko, pag hindi nahuli, di lusot. Pag hindi nahuli, bagsak. So, ganyan nangyari sa akin. So, ano ba? So, eto nga. Eto yung pamamaraan talaga na kailangan mong gawin. Mag-aral ng sarili mo para sa iyo. Educate yourself. I will not tell you what to study. I will not tell you what to read. But you have to read a lot of books. Ngayon, hindi na pwedeng sabihin mo na, wala akong gana magbasa. Wala akong hilig magbasa. We are now living in the information age. The computer age or the digital age that we call it. But I want you to more focus on the information age. Information. Because all the information is out there. Nasa internet. Lahat ng klaseng gusto mong matutunan, nandyan na sa internet. Bahala ka kung anong klaseng gusto mong matutunan. And whatever you want to learn, you have to learn it by yourself. Lahat ng skills na gusto mong matutunan, nandyan ngayon ang mga teacher mo sa YouTube. Pwede mong pag-aralan lahat ng gusto mong matutunan. Yun na nga, lahat na nakakatuwa nga eh. Gusto mong mag-aral mag-piano. Sa YouTube, ang dami na natututo mag-piano, mag-gitara. I mean, you don't need a real teacher now. All you need is for you to be able now to research and find out what you want to really learn. Andyan na lahat. Kapag hindi mo pa ito ginawa, sorry na lang talaga. Pupulutin ka talaga sa kangkungan o sa libingan. Kasi nga, kung maapektuhan ka na ng buhay na wala kang ginagawa, basically, you will now just be, mahuhuli ka na ng virus. Yan ang mangyayari sa iyo. Sayang naman. Ano nangyari sa buhay mo? I'd like to say hi to Dr. Jean Valderrama, who's watching right now. Hi, Dr. Jean. And Veronica Garcia. Bonjing, Nicolas. Okay. So, ano ang pag-aaralan mo, bahala ka. And this is not something that I will emphasize. I would say, impose on you. But I will teach you. Dito mo kailangan matutunan ang mga universal laws and principles. And there are two intelligences that I am actually going to make you be aware of. Alam nyo noon, when I got out from school, wala nga ako alam eh. But I was able to develop only two kinds of intelligences later on. I didn't even know that I was developing them. And what were these two intelligences? One was intrapersonal intelligence, inside, knowing who I am, knowing more of myself, knowing my weaknesses, my strengths, my likes, dislikes, whatever, everything about myself. And interpersonal relationships with other people, knowing other people. What actually would other people be like or thinking about? Paano ka makakaroon ng magandang relasyon sa iba? But all this, before interpersonal, the most important thing first is to really go inside you first, intra. Because other people will just be mirrors of you. Ito yung kailangan nyo maintindihan. Other people will just be mirrors of you. Kung ano yung nakikita mo sa kanila, yung nakikita mong ayaw mo o gusto mo sa kanila, lahat yan nasa iyo rin. Kaya kung ang gusto mo, mas marami kang makita maganda, sa iyo dapat nagsisimula yan. Ayusin mo muna sarili mo. So that's what I am now teaching here. Two intelligences, very important, aside from reading books. Now, how do you get to know more about yourself? Well, there are a lot of ways. I have been telling people in my past videos, as to how to do it. You can go back to my other videos. Nandiyan lang yan. Inuman tayo. Ano yun? Paano paraan? Sabi ko nga, ilista lang ninyo lahat ng ayaw nyo at gusto nyo sa ibang tao. Lahat ng ayaw nyo, on one column, lahat ng gusto nyo sa kabilang column. So, pag nakita na ninyo lahat ng ayaw nyo at gusto nyo sa ibang tao, basahin nyo lahat yan. Pag nabasa nyo na at nakita nyo lahat yan, ngayon, ito ang sasabihin ko. Lahat ng sinulat nyo na ayaw nyo at gusto nyo, kayo rin yun. Ikaw rin yun. Yung mga ayaw ko, yung katulad mayabang, mapanglait, or bastos, yun. Ako yun? Sinulat mo eh. Kung ano yung nasulat mo, you are aware of it. Because if you were not aware of it, you will not have written it. So, kung hinaisulat mo yan, yun, ikaw yun. Now, if you want to change that, at least ngayon nakita mo, nasa iyo pala yun. Pwede mong palitan. And this is the start of this kind of change that you are going to experience. Itong self-education na ito, you have to first educate yourself, but before educating yourself, you have to know, before knowing other subjects, you have to know first who you are. That's the very first subject that you have to learn. Learn to know who you are. Alright, maraming mga modern ways of finding out. No? One is, I would suggest, if you have the time and the money, well, meron dito libre sa internet, meron tinatawag tayong mga personality tests. But it's better if you actually go to the real group that actually administers this test. No? I'm talking about the Myers-Briggs personality test. There's no real perfect test, I'm sure. Pero at least this can help. Yung Myers-Briggs personality test. Itong test na ito, mahaba ito, but it can really define all the areas in your life. Like what? Whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, whether you are a thinking, intuitive person, or a feeling person, or a thinking person, or a sensual person, or ano pa ba? Basta marami yan. Or a judging or a perceiving person. So basically, all those things, meron yan sa'yo. Kaya lang, mas lamang ang iba. Like, I am a very intuitive person. Ang taas sa intuition ko, overthinking. Hindi ako nag-iisip. Bihira ako mag-isip. What I mean by bihira ako mag-isip? Of course, I have to think. But if I base my decisions on what I think, palpak. I base more of my decisions from my intuition because I get it from a higher source, a higher level. Because I am highly intuitive. I could actually compare with what I am thinking and what I had been intuiting. So, diyan ko nakukuha ang aking mga guidance in terms of what I do. So, you have to know. But if you're not highly intuitive, you're more of a thinking person, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay lang yan. Most of those people who are into that are, those who take up law. Kasi sa law, mahirap yung intuitive ka. Kailangan, logical. So, nag-iisip. So, left brain ka. Kasi intuitive, right brain eh. So, ayan. Pag alam mo na yan, at least alam mo kung anong gagawin mo sa buhay mo eh. Kung alam mo yung ganyang klaseng pagtakbo ng utak mo o personality mo, this really would help you define your goals, what you want to do in life. Hindi mo kilala sarili mo, tapos sasabihin mo, gusto kong maging doktor. O, bakit mo gusto maging doktor? Kasi maraming pera doon eh. Ang tanong gusto mo ba talaga manggamot? Gusto mo ba mag-opera? Gusto mo bang makakita ng dugo? Makakita ng patay? Yung mga bagay na yan. Mga sakit, mga may sakit. Ayan. Kailangan malaman mo yan. Kasi kung hindi ka talaga made up for a particular job or ganitong klaseng trabaho, kawawa ka lang. I mean, kaya nga marami sa atin nagkumuha ng nursing. No? Ito ngayon, uy, Hill Sabado is watching. Uy, thank you. ESTJ, si Lolita. Oh, okay, you're an extrovert, sensual. Actually, all right. Naku, sayang, I should have brought my Código here. Next time, Lolita, in my next, I will remember your con. Or maybe tomorrow, later on, I can actually write something about what an ESTJ can do. I have a complete list of the kinds of jobs. Actually, marami na ng jobs din na wala na eh. Pero the way, yung pwede mong puntahan. Kasi nandun yung expertise mo, nandun yung personality in terms of the kind of requirement. Kasi marami sa atin, pag nag-a-apply sa trabaho, ang unang tinitignan dyan, sabi nga nila, ang skills. Sa totoo lang, yung skills is part of it. But ang tinitignan talaga, yung personality mo eh. Is your personality really cut out for the kind of job that you will be doing? Yun ang tanong. So pag hindi angkop yung personality mo dyan, alanganin ka. Mahihirapan ka. Although you can make it, why not? Kaya na makikita mo, mag-struggle ka. Like me, I worked for the government and I couldn't stand the hours that I had to sit down na walang ginagawa. Dahil, pag wala kang ginagawa, you cannot go out sa government. You have to just be there in the office and just be there on your table or on your seat. Kahit wala kang ginagawa. Because they're paying you for your time. Alright. Doon ko nakita yung difference between working or being paid because of my time than being paid because of my value. Alright. Of course, yung time naman nun, hindi naman yung time talaga. Literal. Pero, di ba tayo nga, may sinasabi nga dyan per ora, pinabayaran tayo. Anong binabayaran sa atin? Yung time, di ba? Para actually, hindi yung time ang binabayaran. Yung the value that actually you put in that time. That is what is paid. Kaya sa akin, doon ako nag-isip na para bang, wow. Because I had valued myself higher than what I was getting from that office. So sabi ko, my God, it's something na hindi ko feel. Maganda yung trabaho ko. As a matter of fact, I used to work in this, it's called National Manpower and Youth Council. Ngayon, ang tawag dyan, TESDA. Ito na yung TESDA ngayon. But I used to work for that before it became TESDA. Alright. But anyway, so I was there. I actually worked for that for 1 year. Pero after 1 year, I simply said to myself, I'm sorry, I have to get out. I have to go back to media, the entertainment business, which I did. Kasi doon ko na-feel, mas cut out ako. So, in terms of, time, no? People are not paying me for my time. People are paying me for my value. But my value in a government office, parang hindi ko na ilalabas. Dahil iba ang requirements nila sa akin eh. So, I got out. Ito ngayon. Ano ang value ko? Well, ito na nga eh. When I got into the recording business. So, ito na. So, for that, ang tawag dito, yung mga kwento ko nga about mga celebrities na tinutulungan ko, naging superstars na. So, sumisikat sila. So, basically, ang naging ko, I was known na parang sikat din dahil nga ang kasama ko lahat puro sikat na. Pero actually nga kanina, katulad na kinuwento ko kanina, I met most of them when they were still unknown. Pero nung sumikat sila, nandun pa rin ako sa katanyagan nila, kasama pa rin ako. So ang tingin na ngayon sa akin ng mga tao ay, wow, sikat din tong taong ito kasi mga barkada puro sikat eh. So ang tingin ng value, ang value ko sa kanila mataas, parang superstar din. So that's how I actually got. And to the point na kung saan nga ang yabang ko na rin noon, na pag meron sinasabi, kilala ko si Tato. Ayan. Tapos pag may sinasabi, Tato, kilala ko. May kilala ko sa ganito. Ayan. Sabi ko nga, sikat ba yan? Pag hindi sikat, di ko kilala yan. Ganun ang salita ko. Gago rin ako noon. Pardon the word. Pero what I'm saying here is, I was just looking at myself at high, na kung saan ay parang, puro superstars ang nakapaligid sa akin. So, I am one of them as well. So, yun ang value ko. So, now, when I got to talk to people when it comes to business, sino ka? So, syempre, they highly regard, they regard you as, someone who has this particular value. So, pag nakipag-usap sila sa akin, and they want to deal with me, hindi barya ang usapan. Mataas ang value ko. I deal with superstars. So, how much? And I could demand the fees. This is where I am driving you. This is where I'm driving at in terms of these conversations that we are having now. Ano ang value mo ngayon? Kung ang value mo ngayon napakababa, dahil nga, ito na lang yun. So, wala na. Ito na yan. Gusto mo nga itaas. Anong gagawin mo? So, kailangan mag-aral ka. You have to hone your skills now. You have to hone new skills. As a matter of fact, hindi na pwede yung dati mong ginagawa. Kailangan may bago kang alam na pwede mong ipagmalaki na ikaw lang ang nakakagawa nito. Kasi, yung mga dati mong ginagawa, nagagawa rin ng iba yan. So, people will not warm up to you because may mga ibang mas mura. Sabi nga nila. Kung ang value mataas, kahit nasabihin mong marami kayo, pero ang tingin nila sa iyo, magaling ka. Dahil nga, nakikita nila sa trabaho mo. So, ikaw ngayon, nakaka-demand ka na nga talaga ng kikitain mo. Pero at this point in time, sabi nga natin, we're all starting from zero ngayon. Reboot. Pero you don't need to really start from zero because meron ka ng kinalalagyan. Meron ka ng nagawa. So from there, ano pa ang gusto mong gawin ngayon? Saan mong gustong itaas pa? Or for that matter, kung gusto mong kalimutan lahat yan, ano ngayon ang gusto mong gawin sa buhay mo? Kasi sabi mo, oo nga mukhang mali yung naging course ko, o mali yung ginawa ko, parang hindi ko feel, gusto ko iba na. Ito na yung gusto ko ngayon. And now is the time now to choose. We have that choice. We have that power. The power is to choose what we want to do. Hi, Nick Bugarin. Kamusta na? And Hill Sabado. Ito yung mga aking mga superstars sa mga kaibigan. Alright. So, again, as I've said, we have to change our mindsets. Hindi na pwede yung dating mindset mo. Ito na yung kailangan mong gawin sa panahong ito na wala pang nangyayari. Okay, work hard on yourself. Wala ka. You cannot work hard on a job. There's nothing right now. Kung tumigil, wala yung kumpanya, nagsara yung kumpanya, okay, given. But there is an opportunity now to start with ourselves. And this is exactly what I have been telling people. It is not the outside na ipapakita mong ang galing mo sa skills mo, ganyan. It is more of an inside job. It is more on our consciousness, kamalayan natin, that we really have to work hard on in terms of learning all these things. Hindi ito madali, Why? Because if I teach you all the principles now, you can just read them. Sabi mo, alam ko na ito, alam ko na. Sige, gawin mo. Gawin mo lahat yung law of attraction na akala mo madali. Sabi mo, nga, bakit hindi ko magawa? Kasi nga, ang dami mong issues, ang dami mong blocks, ang dami mong programming na nandiyan dyan sa utak mo na naka-block sa'yo. And this is what I am doing now, trying to erase all these blocks in you, these issues in you, this programming na hindi nakakatulong. Yan ang kailangan matanggal. So, pag hindi pa nangyayari yung mga gusto mong mangyayari sa buhay mo, ibig sabihin yan, may nakaharang. Kaya, eto, sa kamalayan, this is where we really now, really open up, practically about who you are. Kaya nga, kapag alam mo na kung sino ka, diyan ka na lilipad talaga. Kaya lang, ang marami, hindi nila matanggap kung sino ka, kung sino tayo. Because again, this is what is important to learn, really. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are not just ordinary people. We are not just ordinary human beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And this is where I'm coming from. This kamalayan is coming from a spiritual level na hindi itinuturo ng tama sa relihiyon. Kaya dito ako nagkakaroon ng kusa na ituro ng tama. Kasi nga, ang iniisip nila, ay hindi ko magagawa yan. Si Jesus lang makakagawa yan kasi Diyos siya. Hindi ba sabi nga ni Jesus, the miracles that I've done, it is not me, but the Father in me that doeth the works, that does the work. Ano ibig sabihin nun? He acknowledges the fact that God is within him, is inside him, and it is God that actually does the work for him, which actually does the miracles. This is exactly what I'm telling people. You cannot just say magaling ka without acknowledging that it is the God power in you doing it. Kasi that is what I teach. How to tap or how to use that God power within. And so, ito na yung tinuturo ko talaga. Marami na akong binabanggit dyan. So, as I've said, hindi ito madali, hindi ito overnight thing, pero I'm planting the seeds, and if you're interested, just really listen to me. Katulad na sabi nga ni Nick Bugarin, I'm listening attentively to my guru. As a matter of fact, baligtad Ito ang taong guru talaga, si Nick Bugarin. Because I met him in Baguio, and he would actually give success talks, motivational speaker to si Nick. And kasi I used to manage a hotel, and he would rent yung anong tawag dito, yung annex Yung level ng doon ng restaurant namin. Doon siya nagko-conduct ng mga seminars niya for 1 week. For 1 week yan, from Monday to Friday, o Monday to Saturday yata, o Monday to Friday yata. Every afternoon, the whole day yan. From morning till afternoon till evening, every day yon. Ko-conduct siya ng classes, ng seminar niya. And wala ko nadidinig dun sa restaurant na yun kung hindi puro applause, sigawan, talagang palakpakan dahil napakagaling nitong si Nick Bugarin Jr. Magsalita, mag-motivate. Grabe, ako, hanga-hanga. Yun nga, hindi ko magawa, yung nagagawa niya. But anyway, kanya-kanyang gift yan eh. So, hindi ako, tawag dito, hindi ako makakapantay sa ginagawa niya. But okay lang yun, kanya-kanya naman kaming level ng expertise, sabi nga. But amazing. This guy, you should hear him talk talaga. Anyway, so, going back. Again, it's the God power within. We have to acknowledge that is exactly where we get the power. The source is within us. And everything is just given to us by God. Anything that you want, God says yes. Hindi ito namimili. Hindi niya sasabihin na, sige, pag magbabago ka lang, o kapag ikaw ay magkakaroon ng parang magdarasal ng ganito, or walang ganun. The moment you ask God for something, God says yes. Pero, ang tanong, bakit kuminsan, when you actually want something, hindi mo nakukuha? So, what does that mean? Does it mean that God says no? No. God always says yes, provided. Ito lang yan eh. Because there is a principle involved here. There's a universal law, actually. You have to match it. You have to be on that level. You have to actually be on that particular, I would say, tawag doon. Kung tulad ito, gusto mong 50 million pesos. Ang tanong dyan is, nararamdaman mo ba ang halaga ng 50 million kung meron ka niyan ngayon? Kung hindi mo alam ang halaga niyan, hindi mo na-feel. Sorry, hindi mo ma-manifest yan, hindi mo ma-attract yan. Kailangan alam mo ang pakiramdam ng meron kang ganyan. O sasabihin mo, meron akong pakiramdam. Alam ko kung anong gagawin ko dyan. Bibilin ko ganito, ganyan. Alright. Yeah, bibili mo nga. Marami kang pera kasi pwede mong masabi mo pag bibili. Ang tanong dyan is, magiging masaya kaya ikaw kapag nabili mo na lahat ang gusto mong bilhin? Yan ang tanong dyan. Karamihan, nakabili na ng kung ano-anong mga mamahaling bagay na kung saan akala nila yun ang magpapasaya sa kanila. Nung naubos na yung pera nila, doon nila na-realize, hindi pala yun ang nagpasaya sa kanila. So para bang nasayang lang, nawala na yung pera. Parang, ayun. Kaya nga, ang importante is, you have to know who you are first. Because basically, this is, by knowing who you are, you will be able to know what will make you happy. Yun ang importante. Bago mo makuha lahat ng gusto mong makukuha. Kasi, God will always say yes to what you want, provided that is really what you want. And tanong dyan is, baka naman iba talaga ang gusto mo. So, hindi mo lang, or hindi ba talaga alam ang gusto mo. Sasabihin mo, gusto mo yun, pero pag nandiyan na yung pera, iba yung bibili mo. So, hindi sabihin, hindi mo talaga gusto. Oy, Joe Go, si Jose Go is watching. Hello. So, eto ngayon ang tanong. Again, what is your value? Ano ang, kung talagang titignan mo, ano ba ang value mo? Ano ba yung kaalaman mo na? Ano na yung natutunan mo? Ano na yung mga nagbago na sa buhay mo? Ano na yung mga pangarap mo na alam mo, ito talaga yung gusto mo? Ito yung talaga kailangan mo maintindihan eh. You have to work on first on yourself. Dalawang intelligences lang, going back again. 2 intelligences that are important to learn is interpersonal and intrapersonal. Intrapersonal tayo muna kasi ito una-una before interpersonal. Intrapersonal is basically knowing everything about us, about ourselves. So, anything, ito ngayon, isa pang bagay na kailangan nyo maintindihan. Anything that happens in your life, you have to take responsibility for it. You cannot blame anyone else. Ikaw ang nag-create niyan. Ikaw ang gumawa niyan. Through your kamalayan. Walang malas sa'yo, walang swerte. Kaya hindi mo pwede sabihin na, talagang hindi ako sineswerte o talaga pinagkaitan na ako ng Diyos. So, ito yung mga bagay na hindi mo pwedeng sabihin. Because definitely, this is not true. Because what is important is for us to acknowledge the fact that we are responsible for everything that happens to us. So, pag hindi maganda yung nangyari, that means there is something that we did na hindi kanais-nais o hindi tayo maayos pagdating sa kaisipan natin. There is something that we have to do inside us. Because there is nothing really outside us unless it starts from within. There is a cause, there is an effect. So lahat na nangyayari sa labas, it started with us first. Kaya nga ang mga doktor, ang mga kinukure nila, ay effect lang. Nakukure nila, masakit ngayon, sige, bibigyan ka ng gamot, mawawala yung sakit. Pero, babalik. Bakit bumabalik? Hindi naman nila natanggal kasi talaga yung sakit mo eh. Why? Because they were not able to address the root cause. Kung ano yung cause. Kasi sasabihin, ito yung cause mo eh. Mataas ang uric acid mo. Marami kang kinakain na ganito. Okay. Alright. Many of those things are physical or, yun na nga, nakikita natin sa body natin. So, nakikita, ano yung nagdulot na yan. So, may kinalaman sa kinakain. Pero ang hindi talaga tinuturo ng isang doktor ay yung mental equivalent of every disease. What do you mean by a mental equivalent? That everything that we think about, there is a corresponding effect in our body. Na kung saan, kapag hindi maganda ang pakiramdam mo dahil meron kang iniisip ng masama or hinanakit or mga sama ng loob, yan ay nagtatransform into a sickness and illness. Dahil yung mga chemicals sa katawan mo, nagkakaroon ng mga para bang kaguluhan, nagkakaroon sila ng epekto sa katawan. So, dyan nagkakaroon na ng mga sakit. So, yan ang isang bagay na hindi naituro ng maayos sa atin. Na merong mental equivalent. Tinuturo lang, relax ka lang, huwag ka na mag-isip ng ganito. Pero yung the real cause, hindi nasasabi. Ako, pwede ko kayong tulungan dyan. Dito sa kamalayan ko, tinuturo. I have some materials on that. No? Hindi ko lang siya memorized, but if you tell me kung ano yung sakit mo, maiaano ko. Masasabi ko sa iyo ang root cause. And somehow, pwede mo siya ma-avoid. Okay. I'd like to say hi to Judeline Garcera Homok. Kamusta na? Si Judeline. And si Tatay Tony Zurbito. Hello. At si Justin Robert Yao. And Perla Arenas Avenido. Okay, so welcome to our Kamalayan Online Learning Lifelong Learning Center. At dito sa ating klase, which we call Kamalayan Learning Alternative Success System. Alright, so we have to take responsibility for what happens. Alright, so again, ang point ko ngayon dito talaga is we have to now really educate ourselves. Self-education. Ha? Ito ang ibig sabihin nito ay talagang we cannot avoid it. We cannot just go on with life na hindi tayo mag-aaral. This is a lifelong learning thing. And many of the things that we really have to learn is about ourselves. The moment you learn a lot about yourself, this is when a lot of things will manifest in your life. A lot of miracles will come out, will become really, wow, milagro, sabi nga. So, ito yung kailangan natin maintindihan. Katulad na lang ng ano bang mga kailangan natin gawin bilang a person of, a student of yourself. Kasi nga, ikaw na lang tuturo sa sarili mo, self-education. So, you have to be first curious. Curiosity is one of them. Sa kamalayan, yan ang isang bagay na kailangan importanteng ma-develop mo sa buhay mo. You have to be curious about a lot of things. Hindi yung you take for granted everything or anything. You have to be curious, bakit ito itsura nito, bakit nagkaganyan yan, bakit ganun ang kulay nito. Tignan mo, ang ganda ng isang bagay. You have to be very, very curious about details, about so many things. And this is not something that is easy to do because sometimes we don't have the time and, you know, para bang we cannot set aside a certain period of our time for things to be, you know, kung sa atin, maging mabigyan natin ng ganitong klaseng pag-unawa, curiosity. Why is curiosity important? Because this is something that will make you now enjoy life or enjoy nature for that matter. Why? Because a lot of times we take things for granted. Pero pag nakita mo yung the beauty of a lot of things, na maliit man yan o malaki, at makita mo how the universe really does its job in terms of providing all these things na pag pinagsama-sama, para makikita mo ngayon ang kagandahan ng kapaligiran, ng itong nakikita natin sa environment, no? So, if you are now aware of all these things, and if you're aware of who you are, of the things that you can do, of the things that are inside you, of your talents, if you can try giving time to your specific talents or your gifts, makikita mo pag na-develop mo siya, talagang uunlad ang buhay mo. And you will just stay in your place. You can just stay in your place and now things will just be attracted to you. Wala kang ginagawa, people will come to you or will ask for you. Sila ang talagang kwan. Now, katulad dito mo, how do you use curiosity? Alam nyo, yung Wright brothers, alam nyo sino yung Wright brothers? Yung magkapatid na nag-invento ng eroplano, nag-develop ng aviation. Alam nyo sila, hindi sila high school graduate. Ito ang sinasabi ko sa inyo. You don't need formal education to do great things. The Wright brothers never had a college education. Why? Because hindi nga sila nakatapos ng high school. Kasi palipat-lipat sila ng bahay, ng lugar kung saan sila tumitira. So, palagi sila from one school to another, para bang, ang hirap mag-adjust. Hindi sila maka-adjust sa mga eskwelahan na pinapasukan nila. So, eventually, they just got out. And what they did was, on their own, they just formed their own businesses. But they were curious on so many things. And one of those things that they were curious about was how to make things fly or how to make a person fly. So yan ang mga bagay na pinag-iisipan nila. So they experimented on a lot of things. Wala silang ginawa. They tried to raise money by doing some other businesses. Pero yun na nga, yung nakuha nilang pera doon, yun ang pinang-fund nila para ma-develop nila itong pag-develop ng eroplano. And when they were able to develop the first airplane, and they were able to fly it, the world changed. Now, ang dali na natin pumunta sa ibang bansa through the use of that airplane. And sino ang nag-develop? Two high school dropouts. Two brothers. And so how were they able to do that? So yan na sinasabi ko sa inyo. You don't need formal education. You just need to really become curious about things. They experimented a lot, I'm sure. Hindi pwedeng walang experimentation dyan. And they experienced a lot of failures. And that is one thing that you have to accept. To learn how to accept failure as a part of life. Hindi, kasi ang tinuro sa atin sa eskwelahan, to be afraid of failure. Ha? Kapag failure ka, wow, nakakahiya, failure. Samantalang, in real life, you cannot avoid not to fail. If you haven't failed, that means you haven't tried anything. Ha? Ito ang importanteng dapat nating iniisip. If you haven't failed on anything, or if you're trying to be safe lang, that means you're not trying too much, you're not risking, you're not doing anything. Yun ang failure. Talagang big failure. Kasi hindi ka nagkaroon ng mga learnings. And this is where we learn a lot from, our experiences. Ako nga, that's what I did. I did not learn much from school. I read a lot of books, but books were just theories. Ha? Ito yung importante. Ang libro, okay, nahilig na ako, nakahiligan ko magbasa when I got out from college. What I did was to find out kung totoo ang mga sinasabi nito mga authors na ito. Kung ma-apply ko sa buhay ko. Kasi kung hindi ko na-apply, sabihin, either fake o hindi totoo yung tinuro nila or hindi ko naintindihan yung tinuro. Yun lang yun eh. So, kung naniniwala ako sa tinuro, kailangan mag-succeed dyan sa buhay ko. And that's what I did. All the things that I've learned from all the books I've read, practically, I tried them and experienced failures from trying to do what the book suggested. But I did not stop from failures. I stood up, tried again, until I succeeded. And that was what I actually did. Ito nga, sabi nga, I forgot, kung si Ty Lopez yung nagsabi nito. You know, if you read a lot of books, you know, you just actually remember 33% of what you have read. Ha? Kung ang kakapal ng mga binasa mo, kadalasan yan, 33% lang ang naintindihan mo or naalala mo. So, yung 33% na yan, napakaliit. Pero if you've read 100 books, o 1,000 books like what I did when I actually started, you know, reading talaga. That's why I have a lot of books in my Kamalayan library, you know. And those 33%, yung mga konti-konti lang doon sa mga libro na, pag pinagsama ko na, dahil sa karamihan ng mga books na nabasa ko na, my God, para ako nag-doctorate. Para ako nag-PhD. That's why I can talk like, kaya ang lakas sa loob ko sabihin na, you don't need to go to school. Eh. All you need to do is just to read books na yung gusto mong basahin. Na kailangan assorted, hindi yung isang klase lang. Pero kailangan you're interested in. So I read a lot of books from humanities, philosophy, psychology, ano pa, on neurology, science, arts, ayan. Binasa ko yan. Of course, yung mga, I started from mga easy to read books on those one. Hindi yung mabibigat ka agad. But I progressed later on from, ano yan, kasi magde-lead in na sa mga higher books na kailangan mo na mabasa rin. No? So, I got interested in them as well. So, kumbaga, I am a storage of all those knowledge. But again, knowledge is just knowledge until you do something about them. Kaya nga yung sinasabi na may diploma ka, ibig sabihin yan, you will be successful already. Mali. It doesn't prove anything dahil may diploma ka. Kasi, ang tatanungin yan, ang titignan dyan is, ano na nagawa mo sa mga kaalaman mo. And testing nila ang skills mo. Alright, many of the skills that we have learned were really not skills. They were just theories. Kasi we never did something about them. Kaya nga, pagdating sa workplaces, ang kadalasan sinasabi ng mga nag-graduate, bakit hindi tinuro sa amin itong ganitong mga bagay? Iba yung pinag-aralan namin, iba yung tinuro sa amin, iba naman pala yung nangyayari sa tunay na workplace. Una-una, ang bilis ng panahon, ang bilis ng pagbabago. A lot of things change in the workplace. Nothing really changes inside the classroom or inside schools. Ang bagal ng pagbabago sa eskwelahan. That's why hindi makaka-catch up ang eskwelahan sa demands ng mga companies. A lot of times, when companies would announce for jobs, job openings, walang qualified. Why? Because walang school na nag-train for that particular job. So, eto na ngayon, we have, sabi ko nga sa isang post ko, we have jobs that don't have people, and we have people who don't have jobs. And mismatch. Yan ang reality ng educational system natin, at saka ang workplace. There's a mismatch. But again, as I've said, it's not supposed to be that way. Yung workplace, huwag mong isipin yan. Ako ngayon, ang aking tuturo sa inyo, create your own job. Create your own business. Create your own, whatever you feel like creating. Kailangan gusto mo, ha? Huwag yung sasabihin mo, ay, eto ngayon ang trend, sasabay ako dito, eto rin yung gagawin ko. Yan ang maling ginagawa na natin noon. Nakikibagay lang tayo dahil yun ang uso. Ngayon, ang tanong dyan is, ano yung gusto mo, yun ang gawin mo. And develop it, and be the best in what you are doing. And kita mo, ang dami dyan. Like for example na lang, merong isang na-feature, I don't know kung kay Corina ko na ba napanood yun, or kay Jessica Soho, na isang, kung ano siya, actually, wala nga siyang trabaho eh. Meron siyang, I think meron siyang, kung nagpapasada lang siya, no? Pero ang ginawa niya, pinupulot niya yung mga lumang tsinelas. Yung mga lumang tsinelas na wala ng kapares, pinukuha na lahat yan. So, iba-ibang kulay yan. And mga rubberized lang, no? And what did he do with them? Ginawa niya ng mga anime toys. Yung mga tsinelas na yun. He actually tried to conceptualize the forms of those anime robots, mga ganun, through those slippers na sira-sira na. Na kung saan, ang ganda tignan dahil para bang, oh, ano ito? Paano nagawa ito? And pinag-display niya doon, pinagbibili niya, ang dami na ngayon bibili. Yun ang business niya ngayon. So with that, yun ang aking gustong ma-share lang in a way na we can do whatever we want to do as long as we are happy doing it. And we know that we have the expertise in trying to do that. We have to work hard on ourselves now. Kung kailangan mo, sabihin mo, gusto kong mag-aaral ng gitara. Okay, mag-aaral ka ng gitara. You can learn how to play the guitar sa YouTube ngayon or get a mentor. Pero, eto ngayon, hindi porque marunong ka na mag-gitara, tama na yun. You have to really learn it the proper way. You have to learn it the real way of learning it in terms of really spending time practicing. Hindi pwedeng nag-aaral ka ng gitara, marunong ka na, tapos tama na yan. Ako, yun ang ginawa ko eh. Kaya nga, well, I can play the guitar very well, pero hanggang doon lang. Wala na akong masyadong alam na ibang chords. Kasi I never had the discipline. Mark, this is the word that I want you to remember. You have to have the discipline in terms of really now working on yourself. Ano man yung gusto mo, you have to have the discipline in trying now to study whatever you want to study. And you have to find time. The discipline to find time to study or to practice. Hindi pwedeng kung kailan mo lang gusto. Wala na yon. Yun yung old style. As a matter of fact, ang school nga destroyed our love for learning and for being able to hone exactly what we would like to do. Sinira ng school ang natin. Ginawa tayong pare-pareho eh. Oy, ito, kailangan lahat kayo, itong iisipin nyo, itong gagawin. So pag-graduate nyo, lahat kayo, pare-parehong gagawin nyo. Ito, pwede nyong gawin. So, we were actually created like robots. Yun, pwede yun sa factory. Because, remember, our school was designed to really be a training place or a training ground for factory workers. Kasi industrial age. Eh ngayon, hindi na uso yung factory. People now really are looking at your attitude, at your skills, at your personality, at your emotional quotient. Yan ang tinitingnan nila ngayon. And this can be addressed by this particular intelligence that I'm talking about, intrapersonal intelligence. Importante yan. Nagawa ko yan. That's what I did when I found out that I never learned anything from school. I developed this kind of intelligence in me to the point that, nakuha ko yung success na gusto ko. I was able to travel the world. I was able to get practically everything that I want to have. All right. Now, the thing here is, kayo, ang tanong dyan, what is it that you know about yourself? Let's talk more about yourself. You let me know if you can find out exactly who you are. I have ways of finding out there. As a matter of fact, if I want to know more about you, I can just do a little research, and I would, for example, we'll meet for the first time, and sabihin mo, bakit ang dami mong alam about me? Nag-research ako about you. Ano yung research mo? Hindi mo naman ako kilala. Well, let's put it this way. I have ways to find out about who you are. Sabi nga natin, ngayon, Facebook, Google, practically Lazada, Shopee, they know us very well. They know more of us than we know who we are. Mas kilala nila tayo. Alam nila yung gusto natin, alam nila yung ayaw natin, alam nila kung ano yung pagkataon natin. That's why, kapag kayo may kiniklik kayo sa YouTube or even the advertisements that you get to watch, those advertisements are not random. Those advertisements are addressed to you specifically. Kasi alam na nila kung anong gusto mo. Kaya paulit-ulit yung mga advertisements lumalabas dyan sa mga kiniklik mo. Kahit sabi mo, bakit ito? Alam na alam ang gusto ko. Kasi nga, alam na nila kung sino ka eh. Ang tanong ikaw ba alam mo kung sino ka? And that's a real problem now. This is where algorithm really works well. But ikaw, they were able to hack you already. Na-hack ka na nila. Paano? Kung saan ka pupuntang mga walls. Alam na nila kung ano yung gusto mo. Nahuli ka na nila dyan. Ikaw, na-hack mo na ba sarili mo? Hindi pa. Ngayon, turuan kita kung paano mo ma-hack ka sarili mo. Dito sa Kamalayan Learning Alternative Success System, this is where you'll find out. So, wala na tayong oras. At I hope I have given you the importance, or have shown you how important it is to educate ourselves now. We have to know who we are. We have to now really find out exactly the things that we need to really further our direction in life, our goals. Importante to know who we are. Yun na nga, kung yung mga algorithms ngayon nandyan na nakuha na nila yung about yourself. Sayang kung ikaw hindi mo alam kung ano yung alam nila about you. Mabuti pa sila nga alam nila So with that, I'd like to say thank you for everyone, to everyone who had been watching us on this episode, at doon sa mga hindi lumalabas sa aking dito, yung mga pangalan yung mga nag-like, hindi ko nababasa dito sorry. So with that, I'd like to say magandang kamalayan sa inyo lahat until the next class, which is ano ba ngayon? Tuesday? Siguro on Thursday, no? Or Friday, maybe on Friday. We will have our next class again. And so with that, I'd like to say thank you. Magandang kamalayan sa inyo lahat.